Subconscious identity or self-image is a concept that doesn't get a lot of limelight in the self-help industry. Instead, we are told that positive thinking, productivity, habits and morning routines are the be and end all of changing ourselves for the better. Without a change in our subconscious identity as a foundation, much of our efforts for self-improvement will be wasted. Your self-image is the mental blueprint or image of yourself. Self-image is your own conception of the sort of person you are. Built up from your own beliefs about yourself, unconsciously formed from past experiences, including successes and failures, humiliations and triumphs, the way other people react to you through criticism, positive feedback and body language. Many of these beliefs are concreted into the subconscious from childhood. As soon as an idea or belief goes into this identity, it becomes true as far as we're personally concerned. All your actions, feelings, behaviours, thoughts and abilities are consistent with this identity, which is how you see yourself. The person who sees himself as a failure will somehow find a way to fail through self-sabotage, as well as ignore any successful experiences they do have. Self-image is the foundation on which your entire personality, behaviour and circumstances are built. The student who sees himself as bad in a particular subject will invariably do badly in that exam. They then have proof that reinforces this negative self-image. The person who sees themselves as socially unliked or socially awkward will find themselves being avoided. This is because their subconscious is working in unison with that self-image. Subconsciously, their facial expressions are miserable, they have an over-anxiousness to please people, their unconscious is hostile to those that they anticipate will be unkind. Because of this objective proof, it doesn't occur to the person that it is their self-image or identity that is unconsciously causing these negatives to materialise. Try telling the unsociable person, or the failing student, or the underperforming salesman that it's only an idea that they are not achieving what they want, or that it's because they think they are failures that are causing the problems. The student will show you their exam results as proof. The salesman will show you his sales numbers as proof of underperformance. The unpopular person will show you their empty social diaries as proof that their self-image is true. This is not the same as positive thinking. It is not enough to apply positive thinking to a particular habit, character defect or circumstance, such as, I will make a positive impact at a social event, or I will get an A in this exam. They do not change their thinking about their self that is to accomplish those things. Positive thinking cannot be used as a crutch or a band-aid on an old self-image. It's nearly impossible to think positively about a situation if you hold a negative conception of yourself. Experiments have shown that once concept of self has changed, other things consistent with the new self are achieved easily and without friction. Rather than these people saying, I failed that exam, or I underperformed this month, or I didn't make a good impression today, they say things like I'm a failure at school, or I'm a bad salesman, or I'm a reject. They use language that encompasses their whole self-image in a negative light, rather than one situation that gave them their negative proof. Because they have these negative self-images, any positive successes that they do encounter will be ignored because they literally don't see them, or they compare themselves to others who have achieved more than them. In the past 30 years, much of the psychology has become that of fixing negative psychological issues. Therefore, much of the literature is taken up with these problems and tendencies towards self-destruction. This has made people feel too weak and too overwhelmed against these negatives, and as a real barrier to success and happiness. Fortunately, more and more positive psychology is coming to the surface through the self-help industry, making people more capable of changing their subconscious beliefs. So how do we change our self-image for a more positive one? The first exercise is visualization. So, by visualizing a goal you want to achieve in your imagination, you visualize yourself as already having achieved it. Make a point to really feel the positive emotions that come with achieving that goal. Think about small specific details of that goal that will act as proof that your self-image is capable of achieving it. There are so many examples of athletes that practiced through imagination. Baseball players imagined hitting home runs, boxers visualized winning matches, chess players visualized winning, salesmen visualized dealing with objections and getting sales. Public speakers visualize successful talks with engaged audiences. Practicing through imagination is so much more powerful than you think. Do not get held up on how you will achieve the goal. If you change your self-image to be in line with what you want to achieve, your subconscious mind will take care of the how. On the topic of visualization, a good technique is to visualize past experiences where you have achieved successes in line with how you want your self-image to be. These can be as large or small as you like. These help build a case as proof for your ideal self-image, rather than relying on all those negatives that have held you back in the past. Again, when imagining these scenes, be sure to really feel how they made you feel. Emotion is the language of the mind, so the feeling is really important here. In fact, there have been studies where this was tested and the brain lit up just as much during visualization versus during a real-life experience. Another useful technique is to implement a gratitude journal. The idea of this is to take some time each day to state what you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. This will condition your mind to find the positives, and before long you will find yourself recording things that you did that are completely in line with your new ideal self. Repetition here is key, both for visualization and gratitude journaling. Your subconscious self-image will not be reprogrammed overnight, so it's important to repeat these exercises every day for at least 30 days to start to see some results. If you can see how this information can help you, I really hope you do these exercises to try to improve your self-image and your life. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please like the video and subscribe for more.